Good evening and welcome to Equity News Tidbits. I am Hafsat Badiru. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule today received the new sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps in Nasarawa State, Mrs. Lucie Samuel, at the Government House, Lafia. Zainab Ibrahim has more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the Executive Governor of Nasarawa State. Good morning, Your Excellency.
The Executive Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, received the new sector commander of the FRSC Nasarawa State Command, Mrs. Lucie Samuel Mee, at the Government House in Lafia. Mrs. Mee appreciated the governor's support for the command and raised some concerns.
I resumed duty here on the 6th of May this year, and I observed certain things that gave me sleepless night, certain traffic situations. I observed our youth killing themselves on the road. And I asked myself, who is going to take over from the ODs? And then, when the productive labor force of the state is being wasted on the road, what is going to happen? I say so because I observe vehicles loaded with passengers, goods, animals, and wheelbarrows. In fact, Your Excellency, sir, they will leave the seat, which is meant for the humans, for the good, for the animals and goods, and they sit on top of the vehicles. And anytime we had a crash that normally maybe 5 people would have been involved, you hear 14, 15. That gave me a thing of concern. I quickly had a meeting with the transport unions, the tricyclists and the motorcyclists, because they too, 99% of the plate numbers are fake. They don't even have a license to ride.
Governor Sule welcomed her, promised support, and congratulated her on her recent appointment.
So I welcome you with your team. I can see that some of your officers actually have been in the system for a while, and they will be able actually to assist you also with some of the things you require in order to perform effectively. And from all indications, you are doing your homework to find out the challenges that we are having in the state, so that you will be able to take them from there and move on for our state. As far as we are concerned, you can identify the challenges and then the areas that we can work together. And we will continue to support you, so that you can perform effectively, just like all the other ones before you have done.
In another development, Governor Sule attended a cash transfer program called KUDIN AA SULE. The senior special assistant to the governor, Ibrahim Jibril, commended the governor for supporting the poor. Zainab Ibrahim has more.
In another development, Governor Sule attended a cash transfer program called KUDIN AA SULE in Hausa.
Of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Sule.
Imran Jibrin, the senior special assistant to the governor on cash transfer, commended the governor for supporting the poor. The governor appreciated the people, promised to be involved in their lives, and vowed to extend the program to 15 months.
We have also introduced this social involvement in order to touch people who are not in government and who have no source of income. And I'm happy that the program has been going so well, and I want to thank everybody for making it possible that it's going on. To jama'a, duk abin da zan faɗi masu magana kafin ne sun faɗi. Na farko dai abin farin ciki ne kai ɗan adam ka iya taimaka ma wa'ansu 'yan adam 'yan uwanka. Dalilin zuwa na nan wannan shine na 7 yau da ake bayarwa. Kuma za mu yi wannan shekaru 2 ko? Za a yi wata 24 ana ba da wannan abu, kaga an ba da na 7 kenan yau.
Earlier, the national president of Algon and chairman of Lafia local government, Aminu Maazu, praised the governor for his kindness and support.
You can see the excitement, the happiness, and words cannot express what beneficiaries are feeling now, Your Excellency. It is written all over them. As such, Your Excellency, we want to assure you the Lafia Local Government Council will continue to host this event and will continue to give priority for the success of this program.
Zainab Ibrahim, Ekiti TV.
Kano State Government has filed a fresh fraud charge against the immediate past governor, Abdullahi Ganduje, his commissioner for local government, Murtala Garo, and 2 others. The charges strictly documented and submitted by the Kano State Ministry of Justice accused the defendants of conspiring to deviate over 57.43 billion naira meant for the 44 local government areas of the state. The huge sum, which was intended for developmental projects and public services, was allegedly channeled into personal accounts and used to acquire luxurious properties both locally and internationally. The charge sheet names Garo, Lamin Sani, and Muhammad Takai, accusing them of criminal conspiracy, criminal breach of trust, making false statement or return, and criminal misappropriation. The state disclosed that they mismanaged the statutory allocations remitted to the state's joint local government account from the federation account. The allegations further state that they diverted 57.4 billion naira through several personal accounts of local government cashiers and other personal and corporate accounts. The charge sheet also revealed that they transferred the funds into dollars for their personal benefits. The national average cost of a healthy diet increased to 1,241 naira in June 2024. This was revealed by the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics in its latest edition of the Cost of Healthy Diet report for June. The report says the increase is 19.2% higher than the amount recorded into May 2024, which was 1,041 naira. The cost of a healthy diet is the least expensive combination of locally available items that meet globally consistent food-based dietary guidelines. It is used as a measure of fiscal and economic access to a healthy diet. This is a lower bound of the cost per adult per day, excluding the cost of transportation and meal preparation. Inflation rate rise to 34.10% in June, with an increase of 0.24% from the point when compared to the inflation figure for May 2024 released by the Bureau. In June 2024, the average of cost of healthy diet was highest in the southwest at 1,545 naira per adult per day, compared to 956 naira per adult per day in the northwest. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule has unveiled the trophies for the upcoming Governor's Cup while urging the immediate construction of a new industrial training fund office in Lafia. This underscores the government's commitment to sport and vocational training in the state. Zainab Ibrahim reports.
The Governor of Nasarawa State, Engineer Abdullahi Sule, Your Excellency, but remain standing for the anthems, ladies and gentlemen.
Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule, alongside the State FA Chairman Salisu Galadima and Nasarawa United officials, unveiled the trophies for the upcoming Governor's Cup. FA Chairman Galadima praised the governor for his support of sports in the state.
The Nasarawa State Football Association sincerely appreciates you for giving us audience despite the commitment of your office. We also commend you for your continued support towards the development of football in the state, particularly Nasarawa United and Amazon. The outstanding performance of Nasarawa United that pulled within out of the relegation to the Premier League is largely attributed to your effort and support, which has been boosted the morale of the players.
While Governor Sule appreciated Nasarawa United's management and commended Galadima's dedication.
Sports is one thing that brings excitement into us, brings unity, and actually brings friendship. Nigeria, especially with the recent protests that we have had, and innocent young people that actually have died, some of them will have been probably the best players that Nigeria will produce, that unfortunately died during this process. Today in Nasarawa State, we are going to come up with an event that will bring out some of the best talents that we have in soccer that may be hiding in various categories. This is one thing that always excites me, because we are trying as much as possible to bring talents from within us that are going to be pride of our own state. By the time some of these players go and become who they are, even within Nigeria, then all of us will have participated one way or the other, in supporting them to be who they are and to make our state who we are.
In another event, Governor Sule met with Mrs. Foebi K. Ocheche, the Nasarawa State Area Manager of the Industrial Training Fund, and her team. He thanked the governor for donating land near the Wing Commander Abdullahi Ibrahim Vocational and Technology Institute in Lafia for their office.
Your Excellency, we really appreciate that your doors remain open always to the Industrial Training Fund, ITF, and to the Lafia Area Office in particular. Today we are here on a thank you visit for your continued support to the ITF.
Governor Sule urged them to begin construction immediately, emphasizing the land belongs to the government and hinted that future governance might differ in priorities.
ITF has been very kind to us by releasing one of their own executive directors, that is Dr. Ewuga, to come and drive our vocational and technical institute, because without him coming, actually for the takeoff of that institute, probably it will have been another white elephant project. But he came in and he put in his best, and today is being considered one of the best in the country that we have such an institute. So we continue to thank ITF, and I thank you for the 8,000 youth and women that you have already trained. We have been following the training program that the ITF has, and in most cases, some of these people have been trained at the same technical institute that we are talking about, and so far, so good. So I want to thank you especially, for what you are doing. I want to encourage you to utilize this land so that the moment the survey has been concluded, to start the construction work immediately, because there is a very, very prime area, and we have a lot of demands these days, from a lot of other institutions that are making Nasarawa the center, the headquarters of some of their own regional offices. So it is a place that so many people have identified. In fact, recently, the company that is coming to be assembling tractors in Nasarawa State, Bob Truck, when they were passing by, they told me that it will be ideal for them to have their office here, which is very close to the other area. I said, well, that's the area that has already been given to ITF, So if we stay another 1 year, 6 months more, this without at least the commencement of the construction, it may be very difficult to hold the place.
From Government House, Lafia, Zainab Ibrahim, Equity TV.
United States President Joe Biden and his vice Kamala Harris will next week make their first joint campaign trip since the United States president's short decision to drop out of the 2024 White House race against Donald Trump. To clear his legacy in his final month in office and support the new Democratic ticket, Biden will appear alongside his vice president at an event in the states of Maryland and Washington on August 15, 2024. The White House, in a statement released today, said the two would discuss the progress they are making to lower costs for the American people. And that's it on Equity News Tidbits. Join us next time for another package of the news. I am Hafsat Badir. Good night.